With the increase in shipping rates from USPS that's going to happen in July, it's time to really seriously think about making some changes. That's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to talk to you about that on the other side. So without any further ado, let's go. Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. This is John from Flippin' Ain't Easy. And in today's video, I'm just going to have a conversation with you guys about what I think, in my opinion, what I'm doing, what I need to do in reaction to some of these changes that are coming down the pipe with USPS. Look, this is always going to happen where you're going to have rate increases once, twice, in this case maybe 3 times this year, because the rates have already increased for USPS first class. Going to be another possible rate increase here later in the year. We already know that the July one's going to happen, 5.4%. And I think that for many of the items that I sell, I have free shipping on the smaller items under a pound. You guys kind of know that's been my model. Anything under a pound, I just do free shipping. And that's kind of falling in line with the market, right? And that's what a lot of people are doing with these smaller items. But for me, I think it's going to be one of those things where I'm going to change some things. I'm going to start going through and charging maybe a calculated or a fixed rate and lower the price of the item accordingly. And there's a number of reasons why I'm doing that. I don't want to get burned on shipping. Sometimes we end up selling an item for 20 bucks. Maybe the item goes over a pound by a little bit, and now you're not only paying high eBay fees, but after you absorb the cost of goods and pay your shipping label on that free shipping item, you're not making too much on the item. So I would rather say, okay, I'm into this item for 2 bucks. I can sell it for 6 plus the cost of shipping, which will probably go like $13 to $15 depending on what it is. And that still falls in line with the market if the market's charging $15 to $17 free shipping. That's sort of my mindset on that. Another thing also is you are giving that money back entirely if someone returns that item back to you, whether it's a remorse return or not. If you do free shipping, you are not to deduct the cost of that shipping label because it's not defined. That's why I think having a paid shipping model is the best way to go when you're selling on eBay, because on a remorse return or any kind of return, why should we be on the hook for that original shipping label because someone changed their mind? And now, yeah, look, returns are a very small percentage of the game. It's maybe 2%. Of course, if you're dealing with like everything items like I do, maybe it's more. Maybe it's hopefully not any more than 5%. It's a small percentage of your sales. So it's not that big of a deal. But for me, I don't want anyone or myself to be paying the majority of what I sold the item for on a shipping label, all because I have it kind of built into the price of what I'm selling. And I was having this conversation with Archie this morning before making the video, and I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going through my stuff. I've got a lot of stuff, guys, that I have that's carried over from previous purchases like almost a year ago. And it's time to maybe move on from a lot of this stuff. And I just want to know what your thoughts are. What do you think about the idea of getting away from the free shipping model? It drives me crazy. I'm buying a lot of larger items lately, and I will see maybe a 30-pound item, right, sell for $149.99 free shipping. And it's like, wow, what if you are on one side of the country and you have to ship this thing all the way to the other side of the country, 30 pounds, maybe it's like a 30 by 30 by 30 box. Yeah, you're going to be paying a very, very large percentage of the actual price that the buyer's paying you just to ship that item to them. And it just always kind of makes me kind of crazy inside just to wonder why somebody would rather do free shipping, especially on large items like that, when it's a lot, I think, more cost effective to just drop it down to like $119.99 plus calculated shipping. Maybe someone from a state that's adjacent to yours is going to buy it. It's going to cost maybe $20 for the label. They're going to save $10 off of your asking price anyway if you had it at $149.99. It just, to me, the math makes more sense when you're just doing a fixed price plus calculated shipping. And I think I'm going to start doing that for the majority of my items. Start gravitating that over to my smaller things. But, it got me to looking at the fact that, a lot of these YouTubers will put out videos of what sells, right? Rarely do you get a video from anyone that'll say what's been sitting. And so I think I want to kind of do that with you here, and just to show you what's been sitting, and maybe bad buys that I've picked up at yard sales, so you guys can know that you're not the only one that maybe picks up something that you think has some promise, and there's comps, right? But it still doesn't sell. And so for that I want to go ahead and go over and show you some of the things that I've picked up and maybe what I'm going to do with them. So I'm sure many of you guys are familiar with my layout already, and I'm not going to bore you with it, but you can see that I have these racks here. These are just full of just stuff from yard sales and liquidation over the last year. And then if I, without making myself dizzy here, turn the camera, that's my shoes. I still have a bunch of those shoes. And we still have a bunch that we haven't listed yet. You can see there's just tubs upon tubs of listed shoes. And here's some more over here. And then we get into more shoes. And then here's a lot of stuff, again, that I've had either through yard sales, a bunch of hats and different various things that I've picked up over the last year or so. And you kind of wonder. Now, there's some of the stuff that I picked up through pallets, so you don't really know what's going to be in the liquidation pallets, and you just make the best of it. But the other stuff, you just kind of shake your head and just wonder, like, what was I thinking? I bought this at a Goodwill. This here. Oops, I'll show it to you. I bought this Pluggo gamepad, and I don't think I paid but like $2 or $3 for it, and the comps were like 25, and the thing's still sitting here. So it kind of just makes you wonder, what am I doing? And if in a perfect world, if you're sourcing properly, you're not going to have stuff like this that's just sitting and waiting to be sold. Yes, it'll happen for maybe a few weeks at a time, but I mean for months at a time. If you're buying stuff that actually has good resale value and good sold comps, then you'll never have to worry about this stuff just accumulating on your shelves like I have here. So for me, I mean, look, we got this Philips Magnavox. It's an old, well, what is it? It's an old, it has a built-in 56K modem. I mean, why did I buy this? This is just one of those things where, vintage electronics, I think that's what it was. And here I am buying it. I think I paid $2 for it and thinking, yeah, someone will want it. Well, no one wants it. It's still sitting here. A dehumidifier. You think that would have sold by now? I've sold many of those already. So the question is, why is this happening? Why does stuff just accumulate and not sell? If the comps are saying that they're solds, well, then why haven't I been able to sell mine? And why does this stuff just sit and not sell? Like this old sleeping bag I picked up in a liquidation pallet. It's brand new. It's just in, never been used yet. I have it listed at a good price, and people are, oops, it almost fell. People camping right now, or getting ready to start camping, and this has not sold. Actually, I take that back. It's a kid's comforter. I don't know why I said it was a sleeping bag. But nonetheless, I think that should have sold by now. Just a lot of different things, you pick up, you think has promise at yard sales. And, like these Samsung, these are brand new. These Samsung toner cartridges. I have factory sealed ones, and I've been sitting on these for a while now. Okay. And I've marked them down from like $50, I think, down to like 20 to 30, and they still haven't moved. I picked up the ceiling fan. It was brand new. It's a vintage ceiling fan. It has never been opened, and I picked this thing up for $2, and I think I have been trying to sell it for like $30-40, and it's not moving. These do not sell. From my experience, these Conair little spas, the foot spas, those do not sell very well at all. And I've learned that out. This came in a liquidation pallet. You can't really give those away. So yeah, I'm trying to clear this space, and I'm to the point where I would rather fill this space with the stuff that I'm currently selling, that I know sells within a month's time frame, worst case scenario, than to sit on stuff and just wait for that unicorn buyer that we talk about. And so that's my situation currently. And maybe it's time for a sale just to blow a lot of this stuff out. You guys know that I made some changes earlier this year, and these changes have been really great for the business. I mean, I'm well under 300 items in the main store, and I'm making more than I ever have on this account. And I could easily make the same amount that I'm making with just 100 items, the same 100 items that I've been dealing with that's been selling, and the other stuff that's in the background that's not, or waiting for that unicorn buyer, just kind of taking up space. And it's not about how many items you have in your store. Yes, more items you have in your store gives you more opportunities, right? Someone's looking for this item and you have it. Chances are they're going to buy it from you. But it's about when you go to these yard sales, you're picking up things not for the sake of buying stuff, even maybe if there's 1 or 2 sold comps in the last 90 days. It's about evaluating how fast am I going to move this item. I think some of us, myself included, at yard sales, we kind of feel like we need to make the best of a particular yard sale, especially if you don't have a lot of yard sales in your area. So you start taking chances and start settling on things that you probably would pass up if more inventory was available. So I guess for some of you, it's kind of tough because you don't have some of these opportunities to fall back on, other sourcing opportunities like I do. But that doesn't mean you can't stop looking and stop, just keep settling for these things you find at a yard sale that maybe won't sell. And that's kind of the trap I was in when I didn't have this main sourcing opportunity that I changed to a few months ago. That's why I haven't had to go to yard sales much at all, because I've just had so many items that are available to me and that move. And there's some good opportunities, guys, at yard sales, and at thrift stores, but just kind of be careful when you're out and about. Really take a look and see how many of these items have sold in the last 90, and don't be one of those like me who have bought an item thinking, well, we have previous comps on it, and then it just doesn't sell. And that's kind of what I'm doing here. So I'd like to know your thoughts. What would you do? How do you handle merchandise that has been sitting for a while, that is on your shelf, and what are some ways that you would maybe recoup at least the cost back on some of this stuff without losing money? Because I can go throw this stuff out, in large item pickup day, but I think there's definitely room for a lot of this stuff to move. I don't want to just throw everything on auction, because I don't believe in auctions, especially if you're trying to auction something that doesn't have much demand, because if these items had demand, they'd already be gone. So I want to know your thoughts down below. Just a quick video today. If you enjoyed the content, hit the like button. Of course, we are at over 18,000 subscribers, so if you want to be a subscriber, hit that subscribe button and hit the notification bell, so when I make another video or go live, you're notified. Well guys, this video is sort of a reminder that it's one of those things with business where you have to constantly keep making changes, and part of those changes is how you handle things like shipping versus free shipping, calculated shipping, how you handle old merchandise that's just been in your way and sitting around. But yet these are just more examples of how sometimes in this business flipping ain't easy.
Flipping ain't easy.
And I want you guys to comment down below, but more importantly, you know, be with us on the next live on Friday. Oh, by the way, we will have the live on Friday. We do have some folks coming into town, you know, like Mike Camparelli. There's the Trash for Cash I always say Trash for Cash. Trash to Cash podcast is in town doing their thing, and we'll be there as well. But I'm going to be there with Archie on Friday evening at Fremont Street, and we're going to be at the dinner on Saturday evening as well. So hopefully we'll see you guys there. You guys have an excellent rest of your day, and we will talk to you very soon.